We're going to turn now to politics, and President Trump yet again skipping the White House Correspondents' dinner, instead holding a rally in the key battleground state of Wisconsin. And ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is right there in Green Bay with the story. Tara, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. President Trump did not mention the White House Correspondents' dinner by name, but he alluded to it while he delivered a very trade-heavy piece in Wisconsin, where farmers have felt the effects of his trade wars. Now, Wisconsin, he won it by just 23,000 votes in 2016, and he needs to hold it in 2020 if he's going to be reelected.
Saturday night. Is there any place that's more fun than a Trump rally?
Overnight, President Trump at his first rally since the Mueller report was released 10 days ago, unleashing on the special counsel's investigation.
The greatest political hoax in American history.
Attacking the investigators for digging into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
The radical, liberal Democrats put all their hopes behind their collusion delusion, which has now been totally exposed to the world as a complete and total fraud.
And suggesting it was a conspiracy to defraud him of the election. The president taking aim at 2020 candidates. Vice President Joe Biden.
Can you imagine Sleepy Joe?
Senator Bernie Sanders.
Crazy Bernie.
And Senator Elizabeth Warren.
I think Pocahontas, she's finished, she's out.
The president defending his trade negotiations with Canada and Mexico that have put the squeeze on dairy farmers in Wisconsin through punitive tariffs.
Canada has been taking big advantage of your agricultural products.
And then claiming the administration is currently transporting illegal migrants to sanctuary cities.
They're not too happy about it. I'm proud to tell you that was actually my sick idea, but it's horrible.
At one point, President Trump inviting White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders on stage to a much friendlier reception than she got a year ago when she represented the administration at the White House Correspondents' dinner.
Last year, this night, I was at a slightly different event. Not quite the best welcome.
We checked in with Sarah Sanders last night about the president's claim that they're already busing migrants to sanctuary cities. It was an idea that just weeks ago they said was floated and rejected for logistical reasons, but they were exploring it again because the president seemed enthusiastic about it. We haven't heard back from the White House yet. Dan?
Tara, thank you very much. A lot to talk about here, so let's dive in with our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who's going to be hosting This Week later this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So the president, as we've seen, is really adept at branding his opponents. He's now going after his potential Democratic rivals in 2020, saying that they're far to the left, radical socialists, they want to take away your guns. Is this a potent line of attack, you think?
Kind of depends on who the Democrats nominate. We don't know who that's going to be right now. The socialism attack, of course, would be most potent against Bernie Sanders. He calls himself a Democratic socialist. Most of the other Democrats disavow that. The guns is a trickier one. You know, one of the things we saw in the midterm elections is those who were calling for more tougher background checks, more restrictions on guns actually did better in the midterms than they have in the past. I think what the president's strongest point going into 2020 would be to focus on the economy. We saw those economic numbers come out, 3.2% economic growth on Friday. That's generally what presidents are either elected or thrown out of office on. I think he'd do best to emphasize how the economy is doing right now.
Let's talk about the 2020 field. We have a new entrant, Joe Biden, and we have new numbers from an ABC News Washington Post poll. And it shows that Biden is leading the pack, followed by Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, and Beto O'Rourke. They're the numbers. At this point, do these numbers matter that much at all, given how early it is?
Mostly about name recognition at this point. In fact, in the way we did the polls, it's an open-ended poll. You simply ask people, who is your favorite? Who are you leaning towards? Joe Biden is the best known. He's leading the pack right now. But the most important number in that poll is that 35% have no opinion, have not chosen anyone yet. So I think there's lots of room for maneuver over the next several months. It's going to depend on how these candidates perform.
And let me just ask one last question. The president was in Wisconsin last night. We know this is one of the states that—
He's got to win.
Yes, he has to win. How's he looking looking there? How do you like his odds?
Well, a Democrat took back the governor's seat from Republicans in the last election in the midterms. Right now, we don't have any good polling out of Wisconsin right now. It's been a dead even state going back and forth over the last several elections. It's hard to know at this point. I think you'd have to bet based on what you saw in the midterms that if the election were held today in Wisconsin, the president would lose, but we're a long ways away.
George, thank you very much. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. I want to remind everybody George has a big show this morning. He'll go one-on-one with the House Majority Whip James Clyburn on the Democratic debate over impeachment. Plus, as always, the Powerhouse Roundtable. It's all coming up on This Week right here on ABC. And another reminder, our own Robin Roberts will be sitting down with the newest member of the 2020 field, the aforementioned Joe Biden, alongside his wife, Dr. Jill Biden. That exclusive interview will air right here on GMA on Tuesday.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.